panel with Ajai Vir Singh, who is the founder and the creator of the Ceylon Literary Festival. Ajay, thank you for speaking to us. It's an honor to be speaking to you. How are you feeling? We are almost nearing to the conclusion of the first ever Ceylon Literary Festival. How are you feeling right now?
Well, it's a good start, I would say. You know, the fact that we have to do it in two cities at the same time and move it from Kandy, where not many big things happen, and then but it's a very important seat. You know, University of Pennsylvania, Trinity College. So we thought, since the focus is on youth, and we launched a Future Writers program, and we launched it in Kandy, and the applications are still on. They only close on the 8th of March, and the fact we got 15 schools. So youth was an important aspect. Then to host it in two cities at this time, and then move it to Colombo. So I think lots went in terms of organizing it, and also it has bigger objectives, right?
Yes.
The objectives are like, so hence the foundation needs to be very strong of building it up. Objectives are that, we need to showcase and profile Sri Lanka through the creative industries and show art and culture. So that's why we're focusing on literature, art, music, films. So the next generation or the young generation gets to understand that more. When they understand that more, they understand how much of wealth we have in terms of culture in Sri Lanka. And then also at the same time, we are having international authors to come. So there's a good kind of a knowledge sharing. So this program becomes a very strong program where as we go on into the future that we build on, we kind of, build a very strong foundation and people look at Sri Lanka as a vibrant, creative society and tourists get attracted to it, investors want to come. And so it's like it's a nice thing to kind of do for any country.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're very focused on that,
Well, it's lovely, and also the fact that a lot of international authors are coming in together with the local authors. How was that process, and what was that process like, and what was the bigger aim of it? I know you mentioned it, but like how exactly did you decide on how to put them together?
So the idea is we picked up experts in all the field, right? So we said, okay, it's a much wider platform. So we had Ashok Ferry, curator for the literary part of it, then we had Shanila Alice, curator for the art side. Like this we had for music and films as well. And there were 4 curators, and then we had a little bit of we had a creative council that kind of put together the right kind of people. And yes, it's the first one. So there's a lot of learning. So once the learning happens, then we'll improve for the next one. And we keep expanding. So this year the idea was, okay, let's see how it's been received. Then what kind of policies we put in place, what kind of foundations we build on, and then we expand from there. And to me, I mean, it's the first year, right? And still we could do it in two cities. And the fact that we're doing it with a very deep purpose, right? With the purpose of there's what you're seeing outside. It's just a little part of it, but how deep we are building it up is a much bigger part, right? Of where you want to go with it. So yes, we had a creative council, and then we had different kind of curators for each of those streams. So each of those streams can be built up as we go on.
Okay, and also because you mentioned how it was in Kandy and in Colombo, how did you decide on Kandy and Colombo to start off with?
We are thinking that Kandy is a very interesting city, right? But so much more can be done there. So that's why we said, okay, let's look at Kandy. You got amazing literary or educational heritage there. We had a talk with, on David Painter, whose murals are in Trinity, and he was from Kandy, right? So some of the great artists come from Kandy. I just thought it would be a very interesting twist to start it in Kandy and then bring it to Colombo. And it's structured in such a manner that tomorrow we may include Jaffna or include someone else, right? So we could expand the whole thing. So yes, that's how it goes,
Well, wonderful. And also, just to speak a little bit about how, because now we have the sessions coming in, and we've had full house for most of the sessions. And what do you think, or in your opinion, how do you think the audience is taking it? What is the community response like? And is it what you aimed it to be?
So I was very thrilled. Like yesterday, we had a packed house, right? And so we have a lot of Sri Lankan authors who are very excited. So we were not sure how it will be when we started, but wow, I'm really encouraged with the response. And the fact is we did it at the library, which is like it's a very interesting thing. You study and there's a library and reading and library. So the fact we did it here was very interesting. So we had young authors, who would learn from the senior ones. Then we had the senior authors, then we had the international authors, then we had the young international authors. So it was a nice kind of a melting pot, right? And then we have the artists, and then we have the musicians, and the film. So I think overall, there's lots to take out, right? And yes, like I said, anything that's new, there's always little learnings, right?
Yes.
But the bigger picture is looking good, and that's what we want to build on.
Yeah, definitely. And also, okay, one last question before I let you go enjoy the rest of the festival.
Yeah.
Just to speak a little bit about how the younger community did get free access to the sessions, to the panel discussions, and also the workshops and all of that. How was it, and what was it that you expected for it to bring out? Because I've been part of the sessions and I heard a lot of the young authors speak to the seniors, like you mentioned. What was it that do you think the young community can learn from it, and how do you think they brought, like, how do you think they're taking it?
Well, we had decided from the beginning it'll be a free student for students or youth. We have to make it as accessible for them as possible. So students are free and schools could come in, right? Idea is that we need to engage them, right? And I felt it was this opening. It was a really welcome one, right? And we have children's festival happening outside there. So we have the school children, the youth, and the kids, right? So if we engage them more and things like that, it will be really a welcome kind of a move for all of them. So imagine they start getting engaged and start talking to writers, right? So it encourage them to start writing, start being a musician, because a creative industry is like the soft power of any country. So if we enhance that, encourage that, then Sri Lanka will have a thriving creative economy, creative community, and also like soft power. So I think that was really encouraging that the young kids came, saw the other ones, got the book signed from them. So I thought it was a good start.
Definitely. Well, Ajay, thank you so much for bringing this, bringing the Ceylon Literary Festival to us, and also for speaking to us as well. Thank you so much, Ajay,
Thank you very
have
much.
A great day ahead.
Thank you.